Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Listen, y'all should be veterans by now because we are on season 2, episode 3 of Teen Culture, and it is going down yet again. So what I need you to do before we get started, please tell a friend to tell a friend. Grab this link, share it with somebody on WhatsApp, share it with somebody on IG, share it with somebody on Facebook Messenger. However, wherever you communicate, just go ahead and share it. Go ahead and share it. Okay. I see you. Good. Continue to share it as we go along, all right? Because today we have some very exciting things that we're going to be talking about in regards to the subject of music. Today's episode is entitled Hit List. And I want you to think about this. Who is on your playlist? Who's your favorite artist? Am I one of your favorite artists? Right? So as we are particularly zoning in on music today, we of course want to start off by just asking you guys some questions via panel style. You know how we do this thing. Getting your opinions, getting your thoughts, because I was extremely interested to know. Being a music artist myself, this is one of my favorite things to talk about in general, and even more particularly so with young people. All right, so we're going to go to our panel. Right after that, we have 2 special musical guests, up-and-coming artists that we're talking with today. One goes by the name of Young Bliss, and the other goes by the name of Revival. That's his real name, Revival. All right, and then right after that, you know how the thing go. You know how we go. We're gonna come back, we're gonna spit some game, we're gonna make sure you are up on everything and just wrap the whole thing up and just put a bow on it, and then after that is good night. All right, so see you in the next session. Stay tuned, continue to share. God bless.
Some of my favorite music artists are Michael Jackson, Tevin Campbell, Lecrae, Andy Mineo. Those are probably some of my top artists.
If I had to boil my playlist down 5 artists, I'd say Drake, Lil Baby, Lil Durk, J. Cole, and probably Future.
Recent one is Maverick City. Another one would be Tori Kelly, Fantasia.
Some of my favorite artists are Michael Jackson, Drake, and Playboy Cardi.
In terms of gospel, we have Tasha Cobbs, we have Lebron, and then in terms of my other music, The Weeknd, possibly Post Malone, and I think that's about it.
I don't have a favorite genre of music. I'm more wide on what I like. I don't really have a set genre, but probably one that I don't like could be...
Some of my favorite genres of music, well, it's really only 2. I'd have to go, hip-hop and R&B.
I would say my favorite genre is R&B. Yeah.
My favorite genres are pop, gospel, and R&B.
Favorite genres? Honestly, my genres of music range from gospel to hip-hop to rap to R&B, soul, all of that. So I like all types of music besides country, but everything else. I even like rock. I love everything else besides country.
I don't think it's boring. However, there can be a twist on gospel music. You have to make it fun, like what you listen to. But I don't think it's necessarily boring.
I wouldn't say that it's boring, but I've just never did any exploring into the genre itself to really know like which artists would be good to listen to. Yeah.
Not at all. Not at all. I've recently gotten to hear more new artists, and they sing just the way like other pop artists would sing, so it's not boring at all.
I do not feel that gospel music is boring.
No, I think it depends on what type of music you listen to. Because with gospel music, I don't listen to the regular like church Baptist music that everyone would be listening to. But I listen to Hillsong worship just because it extends longer. It's not just like a 5-minute song. You have songs that last from 10 to 15 minutes, and it gives you time to kind of like resonate what's going on and to, you know, create an atmosphere that's kind of soothing and calm and peaceful. So Hillsong is my go-to, and then I kind of like switch it up between Hillsong and then I go to regular gospel music.
Absolutely not, because not all secular music is bad. A lot of secular songs do have positive meaning. It's just that you as a person have to know what the meaning is behind the song. So I do not feel like it's wrong. However, like I said, you have to know what it is the song is saying. What are you benefiting from the song? So
I don't feel like it's wrong at all, because the messages vary. Just because it's not as holy as people would make it seem, I still feel like some of the messages that's found in music can really get some people through the darkest points of their life.
I think it is because, secular music that has the wrong message can be wrong, because it changes one's attitude and the way they act and just the way they interact with everyone. I feel like it has a big impact on people's emotions.
In my opinion, I don't think so. I think if God gave you the gift of, you know, singing and stuff, I think you should use it, but it's just how you use it. I try to refrain from songs that have like, you know, cursing and stuff in it, because that's not of my nature. But it just depends also how you use it, and not to let it consume you as much, because what you eat or what you consume is pretty much you're gonna get right back out. So it's a matter of not letting it get to the best of your ability, and then you be able to, you know, create that out to the world. So it depends on how you use it.
yes, I do believe that. Because if the song is talking about drug addiction, sex, gangs, violence, I feel like that can have an impact on you as a person. So if you compare that to something about joy, happiness, overcoming something, then you as a person, you have a more positive vibe. You're not so much depressed, or you won't have anxiety and stuff like that. So I feel like music does have impact on a person and their personality and who it makes them.
Not at all. Like I said, I just named my top 5 artists, and you know, some of the things that those guys talk about aren't the best subjects, but it never really would sway my thought process to think any different of what I want out of life.
I feel like with behavior, a lot of people tend to act out the things that the songs say, so that would change a lot of people's behavior.
Music can affect your behavior in a type way. It depends on which type of music you listen to. It could be holy, non-holy. Most of the non-holy songs really talk about violence and stuff that can destroy this nation.
Well, I listen to music almost every day. I would say that it's definitely a go-to when I'm feeling like down and stuff, or if I'm kind of lost with some things. Like I would either pop on a gospel music or pop on one of my artists that I really enjoy and just go with it, because it does calm the nerves. It does get your mind at peace depending on what you listen to, and it does, you know, it's another alternative rather than speaking, but just listening and letting this music resonate with your soul. So I do, it's more or less kind of like a religious thing that I do like every other day, and there's no problem with it. I see it as no problem. but it just depends how far you use it, or and to what ability do you use it to.
Yes, I think that I can, because sometimes the song, yes, it may have a catchy beat and we don't always think about what the song is saying. So I do think that I can adjust what it is that I do listen to. But overall, I feel like my music playlist is pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely think it's some more organizing that I could do with my playlist. I really want to expand into listening to just different genres of music, like reggae, culture, more stuff along those lines. But as of right now, I'm pretty sure that I'm kind of happy with what I have and the music that I listen to now.
Yes, I think I can do that.
I think I can do a way better job if I listen to the type music, test them out, listen to see what type message they're giving out to me, so I can create my playlist for my good music.
I think I can do a better job. It's just gonna take some time. I'm giving myself some time, My playlist, there's a very much wide range of songs. If you were to go through my Apple Music, you would see, like I said, a long list of genre, long list of music. I try to mix and match the playlist. Like, I have a Hillsong playlist, I have a gospel playlist, then I have, playlists for the shower, then I have playlists for studying, and sometimes, the gospel does get into each of those playlists. But I need to work in it. I can't say I have to work in it, but it's gonna take some time. I try not to rush the process.
Hey guys, so as you know, today we are talking about music, and I thought it was only fitting that we got a music artist here on the show today, and this is an up-and-coming music artist by the name of Young Bliss. Bliss, glad to have you on the show. Bliss has been rapping now he has been releasing music, I should say, for 2 years. But how long have you actually been rapping and recording music?
Rapping and recording music. The recording part just started like 2 years ago. The actual creating of the music, like making my own music, I was doing it from since I was a child. I started in my shop.
Wow.
We used to have like the speakers and stuff and all that. And afterwards, he would make like a song or something for me. Decided from there, and it just kept going on.
Wow. That's great. Now, I have not seen a lot of gospel rappers, come out of this generation so far. Obviously, you guys are still very young. But I remember when I was coming up as a young rapper, we had so many different persons such as myself. We had Stax, we had E-Man. We just had a whole slew of rappers, right? But you have decided to use your talent for the honor and glory of God, which is commendable, by the way. But why have you decided to do that when so much of your generation is just kind of leaning towards just going in and doing secular music at this time?
I decided to create gospel music because if you think about it, not even think about it, just in general, like what the Bible says, when it's done for Christ, we're lost. All the physical and all the materialistic stuff, they don't really matter. So my main goal in my music is to reach out to you, whoever it is, when you hear it, so that they could be touched or that they may be inspired or whatever it is, just to do the will of God. And that's the main thing for me. It don't matter what comes with it, with the fame or any of that. It's just doing what I have to do to make God proud and just doing the right thing.
Awesome. Now, I've gotten the opportunity to see Young Bliss minister his songs at Utah Live, at the most recent one. And, when I saw you on stage, I was like, wow, this young man is going hard. And I was so refreshed just to see a new face. So tell us, who are some of your inspirations as far as CHH goes in terms of persons who you really would have looked up to and admired as you continuously build out your crowd?
People I look up to, KB. That's a big inspiration of mine.
Shout out KB.
Yeah. Recently I started listening to Caleb Gordon, Halvey, people like that. There's a lot of people who I listen to. I have as well. a lot of different like genres and stuff. I don't like to limit myself to just one genre. So different genres like things to kaleidoscope. It's just I don't want to just limit myself to just one specific genre as a rap. Right?
Definitely.
Gonna give it all that I could do. Give out everything that I could do.
Definitely. So we know that, like you said, you've been releasing music for 2 years now, and I think it's only right that you tell the people on social where they can go and find your pages, or they can go and find your music, so that as soon as we're done with this interview, they can go and find your music. And before you go, you know it's only right that we get you to do a little acapella freestyle for us, all right? So tell us where we can find you on social.
You can find me on Instagram at YoungBliss, YUNGBLIS. But you can find me everywhere at that. YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that stuff like that. So we're working on Apple Music. We ain't there yet, but we're still there.
All right, awesome. So please go and support this young brother. He's doing a lot of positive things, doing a lot of godly things, and making sure that his music and his voice is being heard. All right. So thank you so much for tuning into this segment. And right after this, you're gonna hear Young Bliss spit 16 bars for us. It's the first time ever on Team. Is this the first time ever? I don't know. We've done a lot of stuff, but the first time I can remember at this point that we had somebody come on and spit live bars. All right. So see you guys in the next segment.
Yeah, you preaching it, but that don't ever show me who you worship. Sit, observe, and watch these people because they serpents and they lurking. Ain't no benefit for evil, I know that's one thing for certain. All the pain and sorrow that you cause, I lead the demons hurting. God first, never second, never third. Spirit strong because I live by your word. My God, I could have been inside the dirt. Seek your face and I surrender to your words. Yeah. Jesus Christ, my King, so I know that my life is infinite. I'm trying to meet the King, forget my flesh, and now I'm killing it. I'm washing this blood, so this favor that I'm dripping it. This is never talk, boy. I am really living this. Kingdom infinite. It is never limitless. You will never know unless you come to God and visit it. Trying to find my own way, but God, He re-envision it. God by my side, so my potential is limitless. Thank you.
Trying to concentrate on the one who always loves. Living in this world, we need your peace that's from above. Dictate my love for you. These feelings don't dictate my love for you. 'Cause you know my heart, recognize my thoughts and the answers that are true. So I will bow and worship you. In your arms, I constantly feel embraced. Please never let go. These feelings don't dictate my love for you. For you know my heart, recognize my thoughts and the answers that are true. So I will bow and worship you. Oh, bow and worship you. Wherever I'm at, however I feel, whatever I'm doing, I'll stop and worship. Wherever I'm at, however I feel, whatever I'm doing, I'll stop and worship. Wherever I'm at, however I feel, whatever I'm doing, I'll stop and worship. Wherever I'm at, however I feel, whatever I'm doing, I'll stop and worship. These feelings don't dictate my love for you. These feelings don't dictate my love for you. 'Cause you know my heart, recognize my thoughts and the answers that are true. So I will bow and worship you. So I will bow and worship you. So I will bow and worship you. Bow and worship you.
Well, guys, today was indeed a great show, and we've almost come to the end right after this wrap up. We had great responses today in our interview session, and I also enjoyed catching up with Young Bliss and Revival, who both shared their musical talents with us. Listen, I love to see young and upcoming artists grow and develop, especially those who are using their talents and their gifts to glorify and advance God's kingdom. Now today, as we have titled this episode Hit List, we are talking about music, y'all. There are so many things that can be said about music and how it relates to young people and to us as Christians. However, with all that can be said, I'll just scratch the surface with the few minutes that I have to share with you. Now, let's lay the foundation. First things first, I want you to know that music was created by God and is given to us as a gift. Just like many other things God has given to us as a gift, music unto itself is neither good nor bad. Just like TV, just like social media, just like sex, just like clothing, etc. It's neither good nor bad. The reality is that we can use our gifts to glorify God, and we can decide not to. Music is also a universal language, something that we all can understand, and it can unite us no matter our culture or our beliefs. Think about these songs: Gangnam Style, or reggae music in general, Junkanoo, country music, Michael Jackson. I had a teacher who used to say, listen, we cannot all talk together, but we can sing together. Music is one of the most effective ways that we as human beings learn things. The alphabet song, A, B, C, D, E, that's how most of us learned our alphabets, through singing. Nick Jr., other kids shows filled with music as they teach our children educational concepts, etc. The chorus of a song usually is the most catchy part. Think about your favorite songs. Even if you don't know the verses, even if you don't know what they're saying, 10 to 1 you know the chorus. I can still remember songs I haven't heard in years. If they come on, I don't miss a beat. Music has always been one of the greatest influences on culture. Music is a part of what we call pop culture, which is referred to as popular culture. This means that music and music artists influence the way that we talk, the way that we dress, some of the ideas that we have. Look at artists who have made it from just being music artists to what we call moguls and icons from non-music related things. Artists such as Jay-Z, Kanye West, Diddy, Drake, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, Beyonce, and the list goes on. You got it. In most cases, they have made more money from music than actually being, for being an influencer, than actually being a music artist. Now, why all of this is important to know? Why am I sharing all of this with you? It's important that we have a bit of a foundation to understand how this affects us as young people and us as Christians in the world around us. Now, I want to ask you a question. What would happen if you were to drink 3 Coca-Colas a day, eat a half a dozen donuts, a baked plate of, pork chop and rice, a bowl of Captain Crunch, and ate 1 apple every day for a month? You got something healthy in there. You got an apple. How do you think that particular diet is going to affect your overall health? It's going to be pretty bad, right? And this is what I want you to understand about music and the content we consume in general. The things we eat on our physical bodies has an impact on our overall health. If we fail to have the proper diet and exercise regimen, it will tell on our health over a period of time, and we will have an unhealthy lifestyle and the side effects that goes along with it. When it comes to music, the music we listen to, we have to think about it the same way. It's diet and exercise. Whatever is in that diet is going to show up in our speech. It's going to show up in our thoughts. It's going to show up in our actions, our lifespan, our company, the relationships we maintain, and all aspects of our life. Now, I want to give you 2 scriptures that is a good guideline to go by as we are talking about music. There are more, but these 2 are particularly, I want to focus in on the essence of it. Here's the first one, and this is what I call the diet. Philippians 4:8 says this: "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are good, and whatsoever things are of good report. Rather, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things." Now, here's what I want you to understand. When you are filtering your playlist as a young individual, I want you to understand that that is your diet. That is your diet. The things that are pure, the things that are love you, the things that are full of virtue, the things that are true. So if you are listening to a music artist and the songs that they produce or the things that they say does not line up with this scripture, does not line up with the diet that you should intake, then 10 to 1, you have to rethink or reconsider that musical artist. And here's the exercise. Ephesians 5:15 to 19 says this: "So be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but live like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do. Don't be drunk with wine, because that will ruin your life. Instead, be filled with the Holy Spirit." Now here's the thing we really want to focus on. Here's the exercise. "Singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs amongst yourself, and making music to the Lord in your heart. So here's the thing. We have the diet, which is the things that we consume. The lovely, the just, the pure, the true, the praiseworthy. And then we have the exercise, which is us making a joyful noise, right? That can be you listening to gospel music. That can be you listening to positive music. That can be you watching content that's going to exercise your faith. Are you listening to content that's going to exercise and stretch your faith, right? So just like an athlete, how serious you take your diet and your exercise can determine how far you are able to go in your sport. Usain Bolt to date, who is the fastest man ever to live, talked about what it was like to train and diet for the Olympics and all those seasons and years of running back to back. Lebron James, one of the most famous basketball players of our times, spends about $2 million a year alone just on his body, from diet to staff to equipment. Floyd Mayweather, who's a boxer, never lost a fight in his career, talks about how he does not use alcohol or drug-related substances in his body to keep his body in tip-top shape. The level of discipline we are called to as young Christians, if we are truly going to live this lifestyle, is similar to the discipline that an athlete has been called to. So I want to ask you this, as you ponder on what's on your playlist, what's in your diet? What are the side effects of certain artists in your diet? Can you have or introduce some alternative foods to your diet? There are a ton. If you go to Bless Music on YouTube, or the Good Christian Music blog, or Gospel Hydration, Gospel H2O, there are a ton of music. There's no excuse, young people, that is catered towards you, your genres, and your playlist specifically. Here's the last thing I want you to know, that your survival as a believer depends on how you build your immune system, the diet and the exercise that you get in on a daily basis. All right, so that's all I got for you today, guys. I know there's been a mouthful. Like what I said, when we're talking about music, we can talk about so much. And me being a music artist myself, I can share so much with you. But I just wanted to scratch the surface and give you something to think about until we meet again next week. All right, so as you go through this weekend and this week, consider introducing a healthier diet and a healthier version of exercise to your music playlist. All right, guys, Young Rev, it has been fun. I'm going to see you once again next week, right back here, same time, same place, Teen Culture. Peace out. It's been good.